When Thomas Edison filed his patent for the phonograph, his application was approved in just 7 weeks.
Fundamentally, what the legislation was about was updating the U.S. patent system back into being the world's gold standard.
So that's why I asked Congress to send me a bill that reforms the outdated patent process.
You know, the AIA is a great example of getting stakeholders, the agency and Congress, all in the same place on what are the meaningful changes that needed to be made to improve the system.
The AIA was a landmark bill that substantially changed our patent laws, affecting many stakeholders. There was a lot of discussion and debate going on about what should be included and excluded from the final version of the bill, but in a way that would maintain a healthy, robust, and really well-balanced patent system.
What we set out to do was to have the United States patent system join the rest of the industrialized world by switching from a first to invent to a first to file system. We also wanted to provide a much more timely and cost-effective method to challenge the validity of a patent. And finally, we wanted to implement the director's new fee-setting authority.
People were saying, this is impossible, you will never get this done. So that was the baseline that we worked from.
The patent system is very complicated, and the AIA touched on a number of sensitive issues, and a lot of those issues are very difficult, and it just takes a long time to drill through them and figure out what's the right solution, something that's going to work going forward and that's fair to everyone.
Some of the challenges of getting this done was working with congressional staff to help them understand what the problems are, what the solutions are that are being proposed, and why they're so important.
Congress did not create the AIA in a vacuum. It sought significant stakeholder input.
This was a significant overhaul of the statute for the patent system. And the changes required lots of voices and lots of help, and we had that.
So I want to thank all the members of Congress for helping to get this done. I especially want to thank Patrick Leahy and Lamar Smith.
But I knew that the legislation was going to pass finally. It wasn't until nearly the final hour when the House was voting and a number of us gathered in a conference room at the USPTO, nervously, literally watching the House vote.
The yeas are 304 and the nays are 117. The bill is passed. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
As those votes started rolling in, it started becoming more and more real after many, many years of working on these provisions.
It's exciting to see all of those years of work pay off, to see something actually get done in Congress, to see first to file finally adopted, and reforms that were desperately needed finally get done.
What comes next is really building on all the successes of the AIA. The AIA gave us the ability to set our own fees. We are in a better financial situation. We are now able to focus on the priorities of the innovation community in a manner unprecedented. We're also able to refine and improve the patent trial and appeal board proceedings to make sure that they are living up to their congressional mandate and providing a faster, lower-cost alternative to district court litigation. And last but not least, making sure that we leverage our regional offices to really reach into the local innovation communities to spur invention, entrepreneurship, and economic development.
And somewhere in this country, maybe in this room, is the next Thomas Edison or Steve Jobs, just waiting for a chance to turn their idea into a new, thriving business.